My grandpa Walt said the marina would go to whoever loved him the most, so I became the only one who never told him I did. Grandpa Walt owned 6 boat docks up and down the lake, and he treated his whole family like a fishing tournament. Every Sunday at his place, he'd line us up and hand out crumpled envelopes of cash, all different amounts, just so we'd open them in front of each other. $50 for one grandkid, $400 for another. Love's got a price, and some of you are cheap, he'd say, grinning while my cousin Brett counted his stack and my little brother got a 20. The rules never changed. Whoever fussed over him the most that week got the fat envelope. My cousins watched him like a weather report. Grandpa's hip is acting up, bring him soup. Or he's in a mood about the dock fees, stay quiet. My Aunt Carol started learning to fillet fish just because he mentioned once he hated doing it. My cousin Brett bought the same brand of beer Walt drank and made sure to crack one open loud every visit. I quit taking the envelopes when I turned 19. Marlene, take the money, don't embarrass us, my dad whispered when I handed one back at Thanksgiving. Grandpa Walt just looked at me, the envelope still hanging in the air, waiting to see if I'd fold while everybody stared. I've got my own paychecks. I don't need you buying my visits, I told him, calm as anything. The table went dead silent. Nobody had ever turned him down. My cousins thought I'd lost it. You know what a transmission costs? Brett hissed at me out by the trucks. You can't afford to be proud. I can't afford the leash, I said. While they spent their weekends scrubbing his boats and painting his docks for $200 a pop, I picked up shifts at the auto parts counter and studied for my welding certificate at night. While they argued over who got to drive him to the doctor, I was driving myself to class. My dad kept telling me to just apologize and play along, be smart about it. But watching my cousins laugh at jokes that weren't funny, pretending they cared about his fishing stories they'd heard 100 times, asking his opinion on stuff they didn't even need help with, it turned my stomach. Grandpa Walt started watching me different. Not mad, just curious. How's the welding, Marlene? He'd ask. Good. Passed my cert, did it myself. He'd nod slow, like I was a knot he couldn't untie. The more I stepped out of his game, the more he leaned toward me. My cousins kissing up was just noise to him by then. My quiet was the loud thing in the room. At his 80th, he caught me alone on the porch. You never once asked me for a dime, he said. Don't want one. He laughed, real and rough. You're the only honest one I got left. That winter, his lungs gave out slow. The family swarmed in. Carol made a visiting schedule and wrote down every hour like she'd need a receipt. Brett showed up daily with fishing magazines, loud enough the nurses heard how much he cared. I came once because my dad begged me. Walt couldn't talk much, but he gripped my hand hard when I said I hate that this is happening to you. He passed a week later. The lawyer read it in the back of Walt's old bait shop. My cousins wore black like grief was a strategy. Mr. Walt leaves the marina and all 6 docks valued at $2.3 million to his granddaughter Marlene. No. Carol shot up. We were there every day. The lawyer slid out a note. Marlene was the only one who never treated me like a wallet that breathed. She built her own life because she wouldn't trade her backbone for my cash. That's who should get it. The room came apart. Brett called me a thief. 3 of them fought the will and lost. Walt had it locked down tight. I paid off my truck. I opened a little welding shop on Dock 3. I gave free lessons to kids who couldn't pay. My cousins still say I stole it. They never got that you can't steal something nobody earned.